Going to West Africa, Senegal was largely able to avoid last year's Ebola epidemic in West Africa, recording only one case of the deadly virus. But even with the outbreak mostly contained, doctors say the country cannot let down its guard. VOA's Mariama Diallo recently visited Dakar and has our report.
At the Fan Hospital in Dakar, Dr. Moussa Seydi treated the only Ebola case in Senegal. He says the country needs to remain on alert.
Putting our guards down, not really, but there are a few failures since we solved the first case. You'll see that basic sanitary measures are being neglected because people used to wash their hands regularly and avoided certain acts, but now people are behaving like there's never been an Ebola case here.
For that reason, Senegal's health minister recently told VOA that officials will start a new campaign to remind people about the dangers of Ebola.
Because we want the people always to be careful and just to think that it is not over. They need to take care of themselves, how they are behaving for hygiene, but also the nutrition. It is not something we are doing a lot in Senegal, but sometimes in the south you have some people who are also eating some wild animals.
She says the country spent about $3.5 million of Senegalese and foreign donors' money in Ebola prevention efforts. And that was with only one case of the virus. Dr. Alioune Badarali is the co-coordinator of COUS, an emergency response center funded mostly by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
CDC's help came in many forms. First, it helped with training about 50 health workers with basic epidemiology lessons. CDC is also helping train a few of our doctors in field epidemiology.
Beyond Ebola, Dr. Lee says the country wants to make sure the Emergency Response Center has a more integrated surveillance system for diseases in human and animals and fully equipped laboratories. At the Fan Hospital, the unit that was set aside for Ebola cases has been reopened for regular use. But Dr. Seydi said they can set up an emergency response center with tents within 24 hours. Mariama Diallo, VOA News, Dakar, Senegal.
We want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54. And check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com.